Coach goes beyond teaching young men to play a game. Our coach is also our teacher, father, brother, mentor, and like any father-son relationship, you reach a point where he's also your friend. And it is an honor to ask one of our own, as the AD, Trev Albert, to honor our coach. Thank you, George.
Thank you very much, and what a great turnout. This is awesome. Thank you all for being here. George, thank you very much for all your hard work. I want to thank the board, Josh for all your work, Red for your work as well. Thank you. But I got to tell you, this is a pretty heavy burden, and I'm not sure I'm the right person to try to put into words what this man means to all of us. And I know I'm going to fail. The only thing that came to my mind as I was walking up to the stage was, "Run it again." Those were 3 words that I learned to hate. But I remember "run it again" happening about 4 or 5 times in a row, and those were not the best practices. But you know, Coach, I was thinking on the drive down here from Lincoln, you know, what can I possibly say about Tom Osborne that's different, unique, or encapsulates what some of us or all of us think about the man? And everything has been well established. I know you, like me, believe that Coach Osborne was the best college football coach to ever coach the game. Retired at 61 years old, could have continued coaching and could have won 10 national championships. But for me, it really wasn't about the coaching component. You know, a couple things that really came to mind that are most important to me, that have really been a challenge to me is, first of all, Coach, what I so appreciate about you is how authentic you are as a person. And the person you purport to be is that man. You know, there's a lot of people that try to suggest a certain thing. They say all the right things, but their walk doesn't match who they are as a person. Everything that you told me as a prospective student athlete and as a student athlete came true. Nothing you ever told me didn't come true. So I always appreciated the way that you carried yourself and the way you acted as a person. Secondly, I was thinking about how much you cared about us, not just as football players. This is a highly competitive business, and I've watched coach after coach who were really good coaches, who really deep down in the end didn't really care all that much about the players. And the greatest thing I can say about Coach Osborne is he cared about us as football players, but more importantly, he cared about us as people, he cared about us as student athletes. And how many of us ended up with a college degree that without Coach Osborne probably never would have finished? But you cared about us. We played extra football games and we generated extra revenue, and you created the Hewitt Academic Center, all dedicated and focused on helping us become great students. And so you weren't just a great coach, you weren't just a person of authenticity, you were a person who cared about us. But the other thing that, and I don't want to go too far here, but I appreciate your interest in the spiritual component of our lives. And as we all get older, and as we just saw the film, and we heard those moving statements by Brooke Behringer's family, I can't think of anything more important than having a leader and a mentor who understands how important the spiritual component is in all of our lives. Finally, I don't know if I've ever seen somebody who was more of a servant leader than coach, who could have gone off and done about any other thing. And what he chose to do and spent all of his time and hard work is building a mentoring program like Teammates to continue making the kind of impact that he had on all of us as players. So Coach, on behalf of all of us, I just want to thank you for everything you've done. I've said this many times, other than my faith and my family, about everything that I have, materially and otherwise, is a result of this man, Tom Osborne. So please join me in thanking our wonderful coach, Tom Osborne, and we're done. prior to hearing from Coach Osborne, we've got a video. I'd like you to enjoy the video of Coach